That was good.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
좋아.
좋아.
Things going good. We've a lot of new players, especially on the pitching staff. We've got a lot of young, exciting players that have a year, almost a year and they've gained some experience. So we're very happy how camp's going.
Okay. Bench coach is you work closely with the manager. So when it's time comes to making pitching changes, I'm sure you're going to have an input with the skipper. Is that correct?
Yeah. He talks with all the staff.
Right.
And when it comes to a pitching change, he works real closely with Pete Walker, the pitching coach.
Right.
Charlie's great. He asks what we think, and he uses me quite a bit, which is great. Asks my opinion, and then he makes the decision.
Right. Your first impression as a bench coach, Hyunjin Ryu. What can you tell us so far?
Well, I've seen him before when I was a hitting coach, and he's really good. Number one, he can put the ball where he wants it. He goes his off-speed pitches for strikes. He works in and out. He can elevate the ball. He can do about anything he wants with the ball. So I've had hitters tell me that he's like one of their toughest at bats because of what he can do with the baseball.
Why is that? He doesn't throw fast.
Well,
90, 91.
I think sometimes it's more the location that throws. Hitters can hit velocity if that's all the guy has. But when they change speeds and they're able to spin the ball and get their breaking ball over, it becomes even a challenge, even if he's throwing 91, 92 miles an hour.
So, as a hitting coach's perspective, what would be your game of attack plan against Hyunjin Ryu?
Well, I think you've got to try to get mistakes in the middle of the plate, and it's hard to sit on one particular pitch because he mixes his pitches up. So I think you got to get the ball up, out over the plate a little bit. And you got to get the ball on the white or on the middle of the plate. If you start swinging at things just off the plate, like cutter away or his curveball or his changeup that's diving, it's really tough. So you've got to try to get him in the middle of the plate if you can, which it's easier said than done.
All right. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
Take care.
Thank you.
Outstanding stuff. Quality pitcher. Throws strikes, pounds a strike zone, has a real good idea what he's doing. Kind of fun to watch how he can manipulate a baseball. He can spin it very well. He locates his fastball extremely well. You can tell he's a polished veteran pitcher.
Okay. In his last session, I saw you going through some grips with it.
Yeah.
What was that about?
Yeah, just talking about some of the different grips that he uses. I'm always curious. You can only see so much on TV or watching video, but to actually see what his grip's like, in person and how he manipulates the baseball is really neat. And I'm curious. So maybe at some point, we could always potentially make some adjustments if need be. But right now, he has good feel for what he does, and we're just going to continue to get him out there, build him up, and I'm really excited about him.
What's the next step for Hyunjin and the rest of your staff?
Yeah, they're all. I think right now it's just getting into games.
Okay.
I don't put too much stock in bullpens. I just like to make sure guys feel good. Number one, there are no hitters in there. So once hitters get in there, usually things change a little bit. So it's really just getting guys on a good routine right now, getting them into spring training games, and then getting them on a routine so they can stay healthy throughout spring training.
Last time I spoke to you, how Hyunjin's changeup could be an equalizer.
Yeah.
What's so special about Hyunjin's changeup? Changeup, that pitch has been around for a long time. He's not the only one that's throwing that pitch, but what's so special about it?
It's the movement on it, the velocity off of his fastball, the fact that it looks just like his fastball out of his hand. Some guys are special when it comes to throwing their changeup. Marco Estrada was a guy I mentioned at one point. Having an exceptional changeup, somebody I've worked with, and I compare it to that. It's just one of those changeups that kind of stops twice. It keeps the hitter off balance, and I think when pitchers can utilize that pitch effectively, they can pitch anywhere, and it just controls bat speed. It keeps the hitters off balance, and you're not just relying on power stuff.
One last question. You just explained what a good changeup is. What's a bad changeup?
A bad changeup where there's not much speed off of the fastball. There's not much movement off of the fastball, and usually those pitches are hit a very long way.
Okay. One last thing. Have you learned any Korean words?
I have not. To be honest, that's actually bad. You just reminded me that I need to. Give me one.
좋아.
좋아.
Means good.
Good. 좋아.
Yeah, 좋아. After a session or I don't know, a game, 좋아.
All right.
That was good.
All right.
Thank you.
좋아.
좋아.
showing me something that's kind of more like this.
여러분들 그래도 류현진 선수 하면은 이 체인지업 아니겠습니까? 그런데 뭐 여러분들 아시다시피 최근에 류현진 선수가 이 커터도 던지기 시작을 했습니다. 이 커터라는 이 구종 자체는 이해하기가 그렇게 어렵지 않은 공이다 라고 생각을 하면서도 커트가 그렇게 무브먼트가 아주 큰 구종은 아니거든요. 그럼에도 불구하고 류현진 선수에게 커터가 어떻게 좋은 무기가 됐고 또 실제로 메이저리그에서 커터를 많이 던지는 에이모 투수와 함께 이야기를 나눠보도록 하겠습니다. 글쎄요, 메이저리그 투수들이 왜 이렇게 커터를 던지려고 노력을 하고 또 실제로 커터를 던졌을 때 어떤 결과로 이어지는지 여러분들 궁금하시죠? 류현진 선수의 커터는 어떤 그립이고 또 어떤 무브먼트가 있는지 직접 한번 메이저리그 토론토블루제이스의 선발 투수에게 직접 한번 들어보도록 하겠습니다.
As a way like to miss barrels,
Right.
like just weak contact off the end of the bat type stuff, or like to right-handed hitters and then to left-handed hitters, you want it in on their hands where they're just not getting the barrel of the ball to it.
Right.
So it's a really good pitch to keep people off your fastball and you know set other things up with the late movement that it has.
Okay, but always wanted to know when you throw a cutter, especially to the left-handed batters, is it in the zone or is it coming out of the zone?
So it's basically it starts as a strike and ends as a ball.
Okay.
Like there's people that throw it right at lefty's hands,
Right.
where you know it's going you know the white part of the plate in off to the black part of the plate.
Right.
And some people have a little bit more downward movement to their cutters, which is more of a swing and miss cutter.
Is that a slider?
Basically, yeah.
Right.
But like people still call it a cutter.
Right.
But I mean, a true cutter is going to be more horizontal movement. You know, real late breaking, maybe that much.
That much.
Yeah.
What if it breaks a lot more than that?
I mean, some people you get naturally late cut, boom. Like I mean, it can move this much,
Right.
but as long as it's going horizontal and not down like a slider, it's a cutter. But I mean, there's plenty of different grips you can. I mean, there's people that throw it here, like here. It's all what's comfortable for you. Like I know Ryu was telling me he used to throw his like this, but it was getting too big of movement, right? And you want smaller movement on a cutter. So he was showing me something that's kind of more like this, where I guess he's able to stay behind it a lot better, and however it comes off his hands works for him. So I mean, everyone has different grips that work for them.
So it sounds like the middle finger is really important
Yeah.
when you release the ball.
I mean, you're basically, you know, for me, it's coming off. I want that to just feel boom real quick, where it's just, you know, this finger's just kind of there as a rudder.
Okay.
Just kind of just you know, keep a little bit of pressure, but it's mostly right here.
Okay. It's not a swing and miss pitch, right?
It can be, but it's mostly just like weak contact, getting in hands on a lefty and at the end of the barrel to a righty.
Okay, so tell me your good cutter. When do you use it? What's your mindset when you're about to make that pitch?
Like if I want to get a ground ball, you know, if I'm trying to get someone out a little out front or you know off the end of the bat, I'll throw a cutter. You know, it kind of depends on the count, but normally middle of the count type thing. You know, or if you're trying to steal a strike to a left-handed batter, you go ball strike, back door. So like you can use it a lot of different ways, but it just kind of depends on the situation of the game as well.
When did you learn how to throw a fastball?
My first year in professional baseball, 2015, I was with the Houston Astros, and they just kind of told me, hey, you want to mess around throwing a cutter, and it came pretty natural to me, and it became a huge weapon for me. So I started throwing it more and more, and it became, you know, I could manipulate that cutter to where it was going here, and I can even kind of get a little upshoot on it.
It sounds like you're playing video games, basically.
Yeah, I mean, like when it's going good, you can make a cutter into a lot of different pitches, you know, depending on the count and what you're trying to do. You know, if you want to swing and miss, you might get a little bit more downward action on it, you know, in on hands here and then upshoot, you know, just kind of brush on the back with it. Because they're seeing 4-seam fastball and, oh, wait a minute. So, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was very helpful.
For sure.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
Thank you. You can take the ball. 자, 여러분들 인터뷰 다들 재밌게 보셨습니까? 몇 가지 저 또한 새로운 사실을 알게 됐습니다. 이 커터의 무브먼트가 무조건 크다고 해서 좋은 건 아니다. 그리고 실제로 류현진 선수 같은 경우에는 이 커터의 무브먼트가 많아지면서 조금 더 줄이려고 그립을 바꿨다라는 정보까지 새롭게 알게 됐는데, 뭐 아까 똘튼 선수가 말한 대로 이게 이 그립이라는 거 그리고 이 구동이라는 거는 이 정답이 없는 거고, 나한테 가장 잘 맞는 그립과 그리고 던지는 방식을 찾아야 그게 정답이 아닐까 싶습니다. 그래서 한 가지의 정답이 있는 건 아니다. 그리고 여기서 또 우리가 내릴 수 있는 결론은 류현진 선수는 커터의 정답을 어느 정도 찾지 않았나. 여러분들 어떻게 생각하십니까? 트렌트 똘튼 선수가 이 류현진 선수와 이 커터에 대해서 많은 대화를 나눴다고 하는데, 똘튼 선수도 올 시즌 잘 했으면 좋겠습니다. 자, 여기까지입니다. 여러분들, 더니든에서 인사드렸습니다.